How many months have 30 days? Catch this. The human brain is not designed to solve every problem that it encounters.
12.961.
12.961. AI, guys, AI.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Okay, watch this clip.
Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite?
I'm pretty sure this is the angle alpha right here, right?
Correct.
This was the state of an AI personal tutor 11 months back. Not only is it responding real time to the student's queries, but is actively inferring what he's implying while making sure it only nudges him towards the right answer without giving it to him on a platter. Quite remarkable, right? Now, my question to you is this. In the next 5 years, with the way we are adopting AI in our lives and workflows, is it going to make us smarter or stupider?
How many months have 30 days? How many months have 30 days? April, May, June.
ये cat वाले लोग ना
5.
Are you sure?
4.
4. A bat and a ball together cost rupees 110.
Okay.
The bat cost rupees 100 more than the ball.
Rupees 100 more than the ball.
What does the ball cost? And you have to be quick.
10
10 rupees.
10 maybe.
It's not like they didn't know the answer or they couldn't have worked it out, but they all said the wrong answer. It's not their fault. These riddles were designed to exploit a fundamental crack in the way our brain learns, retains, and then applies new information. And for the first time in history, we have a technology that is capable of widening this crack. What would happen if the crack went not through a riddle, but your life, your career, and your everyday decisions? AI is supposed to be a tool, but we're using it as a crutch, as a shortcut to avoid thinking. And in the process, we're overlooking how humans have evolved to understand and learn new concepts.
Do you know the equation to a parabola? Catch this. How did you catch it?
What would happen to a generation that does not have to work for information? And what would happen if the crutch was to suddenly disappear?
Today we'll be playing a series of games with Yas folks to show you how AI can make you stupider if you don't fix the way you engage with it.
My name is Lavina Kamath, and here's the full disclosure. We're very excited to be a part of the Zerodha Media Network. Together, Zerodha and we will bring you well-researched videos on careers, different industries, and the evolving job market. The way we're integrating AI into our workflows might be making us dumber, but the way we're integrating our sponsors into this video is definitely smart. Okay, I promise you this is the only ad in this video, so stick around till the end. A huge shout out to Odoo for sponsoring this segment of the video. We've spoken in the past about Odoo's customizable suite of apps that has helped scale multiple businesses, but this time, Odoo is bringing more than 20,000 experts under one roof for you to network and learn from in Odoo Community Days. Full disclosure, and AVTV are also going to be there. More than 200 plus talks from influencers and guest speakers are all lined up for this 2-day event, alongside product demos, interactive zones, amazing food and music that you can vibe to. And there is an after party. Here, you will also discover Odoo's most improved version, Odoo 19, and how you can leverage that for your business. When is it happening? On the 13th and 14th of August in Gandhinagar. You can attend a free masterclass on the 11th and 12th of August and bring your doubts to Odoo Community Days. You can attend mini deep talks from folks who have run their businesses successfully for multiple years. And all of it is free of cost. So what are you waiting for? Sign up for Odoo Community Days. You'll find the link in the description and pinned comments. And I hope to see you there. Now, let's start the video. Every time a new invention or technology or method in education is introduced, it is touted to revolutionize the way we learn. In the beginning, there were gurukuls where one guru personally mentored just a handful of students. Then came the printing press and with it, books. With books, you could record the teachings of a person and distribute it to as many folks as you wanted. But not everyone became intelligent or informed just because books were available. Then, radio. The concept was the same. You did not need 1,000 teachers for 10,000 students anymore, and you could broadcast important teachings in a one-to-many fashion. Problem solved, right? Wrong. Then after that came the TV, the computer, the video discs, the internet, MOOCs, and now AI.
Hello there. I'm here with my son, and I'd love you to tutor him on this math problem.
We've been expecting a revolution, a disruption for centuries now, but it's never happened until now. Up till now, we were only solving for the problem of scale, thinking that was the bottleneck. Concepts not having a medium to reach its audience. But if techies are solving the problem, they will only ever solve for the tech, ignoring the fundamental crack that actually exists in physiology or the human brain. Think about it. If you were a techie trying to devise a solution to this problem, what will you expect the answers to be?
Okay, there is a parking lot that is quite expansive and you can't visually see if there are any vacant spots. And even if there were, a driver entering the parking lot would not know if there were any. What can be done to reduce the friction in the system and make it just as intuitive for everyone?
वापस बोलो.
Develop an app with sensors for each parking lot.
एक लाइटिंग सिस्टम भी तो हो सकता है, जैसे रेड ग्रीन, जैसे हम ट्रैफिक लाइट के लिए यूज करते हैं, जो इंडिकेट करता है छोटी सी लाइट जल रही है हर एक चीज के ऊपर, और क्योंकि बेसमेंट डार्क होता है तो रेड की सबसे ज्यादा वेवलेंथ है. इट्स द रीजन व्हाई वो ट्रक्स वक्स में यूज होता है, रात को ट्रैफिक लाइट में यूज होता है. तो आपको पता है कि आप डिस्टेंस से देख सकते हो वो चीज.
If you ask this to an abstract thinker, a creative person, they would say something like,
Maybe you could just tie a helium balloon at the parking spot.
Maybe when there is a little parking spot, वहाँ पे sticker की तरह है, like you can just show that this is available, ताकि दूर से वो दिखे.
Repeat after me. If a hammer is all you have, everything is a nail.
If a hammer is all you have, everything is a nail.
and because we as a species were fixated for so long on solving the only problem we were equipped for because the crack limited us, we completely missed the point. And now it may cost us our intellect over the next few years. It's sort of a catch-22. If we were more aware of the problem that we were trying to solve, we wouldn't have had the problem in the first place. It might not be making sense right now, but don't worry, that's the nature of a catch-22, and it will all click by the time we're done here. Books have been available for centuries, but it has not made the average person smarter, because the issue was never of access or availability, it was of interest and motivation. Interest that is developed through conscious experiences within the world, and motivation that is generated by an external guide incentivizing that learning. Let's go back to the first clip. For the first time in history, we might have a technology that is like a guru. It seems so good at being able to provide directions instead of direct answers.
Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse relative to angle alpha?
In turn, creating a learner that knows how to solve a problem instead of just knowing an answer. Except that is also wrong for two reasons. What if there was no person beside the student giving it the first prompt?
But don't give him the answer. You can ask questions and nudge him in the right direction, but I really want to make sure he understands it himself.
The prompt that is the most crucial to ensure that the learning actually happens. Because the student definitely wouldn't know how to ensure that he learns. It's only someone who's already learned something that can make sure that the new learner follows a path that would eventually allow him to learn the new concept. You can only be certain of the path once you've reached the destination. The catch-22 will make sense soon. By the way, this is a metaphor in case you didn't realize. It applies to all aspects of your life and not just super simple examples like math problems. You might think that the AI tutor is helping him develop core problem-solving skills, and you'd be correct if only you weren't so wrong. But don't blame yourself, our entire species got this wrong, and it is the biggest misconception of our learning programs. Truth is, there are no general problem-solving skills in life.
There is only a web of information interconnected at multiple nodes that make up your world of knowledge. That is very specific to you.
And it is this knowledge of the world that guides your actions and your responses to everything happening in the world.
Do you know the Pythagoras theorem?
Pythagoras theorem. A square plus B square is equal to C square.
If 5 and 12 were two of the Pythagorean triplets, what would the third number be?
It depends upon whether it is on the height side or adjacent or the hypotenuse.
Can you solve it mentally?
It would be difficult.
Do you want to walk up to the board and solve it?
Sure.
Use the board if you want.
Cool.
Walk up to it. Acha, before you start, why did you take that path?
It was the shortest distance.
Okay, go ahead.
This experiment and the ones before reveal an interesting thing about how our brains function.
The human brain is not designed to solve every problem that it encounters. Rather, it is designed just to blurt out a few responses from a template of answers that is your world of knowledge.
So equation is going to be a square plus b square is equal to c square. 5 का square हो गया 25 plus b का 12 का square हो गया 24 नहीं
5 का स्क्वायर 12 के स्क्वायर से बड़ा.
वही मैं सोच रहा हूँ.
Are you sure ये 12 होगा?
हाँ
12 ये भी हो सकता है. Hypotenuse.
नहीं बिकॉज ये अननोन वैल्यू है.
बट अननोन वो भी तो हो सकता है.
सो अगर हम लेते हैं 12 into 12 माई मैथ्स इज वीक सो दिस विल बी 169.
169. तो थर्ड नंबर क्या हुआ? 169. श्योर?
एक मिनट. ओके इट इज सी स्क्वायर सो इसका भी हो जाएगा स्क्वायर.
5, 12 एंड 169 का स्क्वायर कैलकुलेट कर लो एक बार.
169 into 169 which is going to be
5, 12, 28,561. सी.
वो नहीं होगा. देन इट विल बी 169 का स्क्वायर रूट.
हाँ
12.961.
12.961. AI, guys, AI. Now, the active, conscious, problem-solving part of your brain may not know the answer because it has gone out of memory, but some other part of your brain still knows it and knows how to get there and actively applies that information in your lives.
So intuitively, you just know why you should have taken that path. You arrive at the logic much later when you've given it some active thought.
169 का स्क्वायर रूट क्या है? 13.
C तो निकल गया 13, बट अब फॉर्मूला ही गड़बड़ हो गया.
अभी हमें पता नहीं है ना दोनों नंबर्स कौन से हैं.
गड़बड़ मेरे हिसाब से क्योंकि यहाँ पे 2 स्क्वायर वैल्यूज है.
A क्या हुआ?
5.
B क्या हुआ?
12.
A square plus B square equals C square.
बेस स्क्वायर 5 स्क्वायर प्लस 144 169.
169 एक्चुअली वही है आंसर.
169
ही है आंसर.
यू आर सेइंग कि अगर ये 5 है, ये 12 है, तो ये 169 होगा.
हाँ.
C स्क्वायर इक्वल्स 169. तो C हुआ 169 की स्क्वायर रूट. हाँ.
ये गया रूट यहाँ पे h would be 13. ये लो.
That will be 13.
Congratulations. But what if your world of knowledge stopped updating, became irrelevant, and one day just shut down? Would you trust your ability to solve problems then?
And that is where the biggest crack of the human brain is. The brain does not want to update its world of knowledge on its own. Let's meet the two parts of Anmol's brain. One is always active like a kid, always looking for inputs to make sense of. He's always on guard and always ready to attack, even when he might not be fully equipped. He's the first line of logic against the threat of the world. We'll call him fight, flight, freeze Anmol, or actually reflex Anmol. The other, let's call him strategy Anmol, who's sharp and wise and could solve anything if need be. But the only catch is that he doesn't want to. He's lazy, he doesn't want to get involved in most matters and expects reflex Anmol to handle everything. Unless the real Anmol commands him to intervene. And when strategy Anmol intervenes, it solves the problem and adds another block to your world of knowledge.
This is universally true. The system 1 of your brain depends on this world of knowledge to give you the illusion of solving problems, while system 2 occasionally updates this world of knowledge.
But why not consistently? Because system 2 requires a lot of energy to run. And the one thing evolution has always favored above others is to conserve energy. But sometimes this energy conservation comes at the cost of accuracy.
What does the ball cost? 4.
5, 11,
73.
100.
From misinterpreting questions to overcomplicating simple problems to giving wrong answers to being able to catch a ball without knowing the parabolic equation or even failing to remember something that you already know, we are very dependent on this world of knowledge to be accurate and active. The best example to understand this is from this little test.
I want you to imagine if you tasted this ball, what would it taste like? Just imagine it in your head.
प्लास्टिकी, रबरी,
Now, that is an experience I hope you've never had. But I'm sure even you watching this on your devices could actually imagine what it would taste like. And I can tell you that you'd be correct. They call it intuition, but intuition is just a mysterious, fancy rendition for the word familiarity, of conscious experience. You know how to catch a ball exactly where it lands because you're familiar with the experience of gravity. You've seen multiple balls of different shapes, sizes, and masses flung across that you've tried to catch, fumbled a few, got hurt enough times to know what trajectory the ball will take, what its mass seems to be even from a distance, and how you should catch it without breaking your wrist. And it all starts as a kid. When a kid goes out in the playground and engages with the different games there, it's actively learning about the world. But when a kid spends all their time watching Baby Shark Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo, they neither learn these experiences nor realize that this is something that they should experience. And I blame the parents for not sitting beside to guide them.
The kid is you. Baby Shark is AI. And the absent parent is the process that you need to know to not fall into this trap.
When you engage consciously with the system, any system, it adds that experience to your world of knowledge, such that even if you've never touched the ball, you will know exactly where to catch it, provided your hand-eye coordination doesn't suck. But even if you've never licked the ball, you know exactly what it would taste like. But if you've been using AI to outsource this very crucial part, the experience, you run the risk of telling System 2 that you're not needed and it can go off to sleep. And what I'm afraid of is that AI will not be used as a tool, but it will be used as a shortcut. The muscles you don't use, atrophy. The systems you don't tend to, decay.
So what would happen if System 1 had to work under a rotting world of knowledge and a dying System 2?
It's very easy with AI to just know things and omit the hard, laborious work that your System 2 would be more than happy to outsource. The only way to survive in the era of AI would be to become human. Becoming conscious of the processes that work for and against your own learning. True mastery does not come from easy shortcuts or AI-generated answers. It comes from repeated, conscious practice. It's the deliberate, effortful, and conscious use of System 2 thinking, where brick by brick, you fortify your world of knowledge. The idea here is not to abandon AI or deliberately taking longer for tasks that AI can actually help you with. If you can find a source with AI in seconds, please go ahead. That is valuable time saved. The idea here is to be deliberate in asking questions, searching for a deeper understanding and using AI only to improve the efficiency of your search as long as you're still activating System 2. And how would you go about activating System 2? You can try to increase extraneous cognitive load. Remember the first game we played? If it were printed on a paper with a tough-to-read font, more volunteers would have answered correctly. The harder it is for your System 1 to feel like it's something that it can solve on its own, the more it will call for the big guns and in turn add to your world of knowledge. A good example, ads that are harder to make sense of and therefore they make you look. Next, you should try to reduce internal cognitive load when engaging with AI. Studies have shown humans to be extremely bad at remembering and performing at the same time.
We'll do a quick memory test of yours. Repeat this number after me. 5413.
5413.
5413 6572.
5413 6572.
5413 6572.
5413 6572.
I'll add a bit of complexity to it now. Just add 2 to every digit that I'm saying and then say the number. For example, if I said 67, you would say 89.
Okay.
5413.
5413.
5413.
4.
The more the number of inputs, the greater the difficulty in making sense of things. You don't want to invoke System 2 as often as possible, but you don't want to confuse it either. This is a task that will activate your System 2 unnecessarily and have no real benefit. Reduce your sessions with AI into smaller chunks about just one thing. AI is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can empower us by handling tedious tasks, speeding up processes, and helping us access information at a lightning-fast speed. But on the other hand, it can make it so easy for us that we forget that we had to think, lest we find ourselves in a catch-22 again. An analogy for you. If you were to travel from point A to B, You could walk there, take a bus and sleep throughout, or drive yourself without a map, or you could drive there with the help of a GPS, or use the teleporter that your genius self has just created. You may be tempted to use the teleporter, but remember, there may be days when you don't have the teleporter and you may have to return. What would you do then? I'll let your system 2 think about this one. My name is Lavina Kamath, and this was your Full Disclosure.